Hello, you guys. So today I want to make a video about how to approach a woman for a relationship, knowing that 98% of women want a relationship. They do not want casual sex, hookups, or hey baby stuff. This video today is inspired by the videos I've been watching all day by attachment specialist and former therapist Adam Lane Smith. He's been on the Chris Williamson show and many other shows, and I will link his 2-hour video that I listened to today in the description. This video is also inspired by a recent video I made talking about how I really came in touch with my longing for a relationship, as well as a very unfortunate, annoying incident I had an hour ago with someone who watches my YouTube channel who had asked to connect with me on LinkedIn, and after I connected with him, sent me some very annoying messages. So to that guy who is now blocked, he was missing out the whole point. I'm very annoyed with this guy because he violated my feeling of safety on LinkedIn. So what happened, I'm going to start with his message with me on LinkedIn, and I'm going to add it to the end of the video, and his name is not on it. I would never do that to anyone. I already blocked him, so it says LinkedIn member. He said, "Hi Sharzad, how are you? I really enjoyed seeing your videos on YouTube. I really relate to your background." Now, I have no idea why he's messaging me on LinkedIn. I said, "I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. I'm not sure why you're messaging me here. Do you have a career offer? You know, like you have something to offer, something to bring to the table, something of value to add?" Oh no, he doesn't. He just wants to take and suck my attention. This is not how to approach a woman. Where else can we talk? Do you have Instagram or Facebook? We can talk there if possible. Boo. He doesn't say what he wants to talk about. He's not trying to email me about a job offer or me working with him. He wants to connect on Instagram or Facebook, not even by a phone call or a video call. He just wants to talk for free. I was so mad at him, I had to calm down before I sent a reply, which took me about 20 minutes. I try to be very polite. I said, "Talk about what?" "I have a membership area where you can comment on videos," and I replied, "I am not interested in satisfying your personal interest in me. You're coming at me needing, and that's not cool." I was getting more and more worked up. "I find your approach annoying and disrespectful, so I am going to unconnect us," and then I blocked him. Now, if you don't know what this guy did wrong, listen to the rest of this. If you know what he did wrong, you can skip the rest of this video. Most of you already know why this guy was an annoying fly in the ointment, like a mosquito that I had to flick off. Again, when I talk about what women want, I usually on this channel talk about a resource from a man who is a therapist or an author, a men's coach, someone who's actually in a relationship who understands women, because most of my audience is men, and I don't want any men coming at me calling me one of those entitled feminists. It's very wounding and it's not accurate. So Adam Lane Smith, marriage and attachment therapist. Now he's in, I think he just does kind of like courses and stuff, and he married, father of 4. He says that 98% of women want a committed relationship. There's nothing in this guy's approach that offered me anything. So when you approach a woman, you have to realize that they want a relationship. So how do you get a woman interested in a relationship? You have to not be the guy that's like on a dating app being all fun. You have to show that you have goals. It says it on, like, if you're on a dating app, your main profile photo, and I agree with this, should be of you wearing a suit, showing that you are a provider, that you're dependable, and that you're stable. That's what we want. Are you going to be safe? Are you going to provide for me? Are you going to protect me? Are you going to nurture me? Are you going to make me feel safe? Are you going to add value to my life? Or are you just some annoying fly speck I have to flick off because you're just trying to get in my pants, or you're just trying to talk to me and you're just like an energy drain? Women, and he also says that dating apps, to women biologically, it's called go find a stranger. Women are not biologically wired to go find a stranger. And the real women, the relationship oriented women, are not on dating apps. They're in their cocoons, they're in their homes, they're in their community. They don't want to be on go meet a stranger. And that makes sense why I don't like them and I don't want to be on them. And he says that the way for men to meet these women is to make a network. And through that network, once they vetted you, they will say, hey, you know, my niece, my granddaughter would be perfect for you. Let me introduce you. Once you have proven that you are respectful, considerate, genuine, reliable, and stable. That's what we want to know before we introduce you to our daughters, our granddaughters, our nieces, or to ourselves. We want you to be vetted, so that we can feel safe. There's nothing that feels safe to me in any of these areas, and I'm very emotionally healthy, about men coming at me online trying to ravage my attention. Like, it pisses me off, actually. So he does say that committed-minded women stay cocooned in their bubbles. They're not on dating apps, and they're not throwing themselves at strangers. And that's why I don't have a Facebook or an Instagram. And I rarely get messages on LinkedIn because I used to say, don't message me on here, and I took that off, but I'm going to put it back. Also, a woman wants to feel loved, cared for, and nurtured. So when you approach a woman, you've got to show that you're a man with goals, a mission, and a purpose that invites a woman to want to join that goal, mission, and purpose and see if her values align with yours. You got to share all that. And that women are drawn to men with a sense of direction and that radiate confidence, that you know who you are and you radiate confidence. And when you meet a woman, you're not going to ask her to marry you on the first approach, but you're going to say, hey, I'm Tommy and I am looking for a marriage. I'm looking for a committed relationship and I'm dating for that purpose. That's how you invite a woman in. You got to have something going on. It's not how tall you are and how rich you are. It's about your purpose, your values, and your ability to provide the masculine qualities of honor, responsibility, assertiveness, confidence. And of course, that guy did none of that. He's just like some sleazy slimeball. And he wasn't. He's a professional guy. But his approach was sleazy slimeball. Like, can I have something? Can I have something? That's what he was like. It's so gross. If he would have just approached me properly and said, hey, Sharzad, I'm going to be in San Diego next month at a convention. I'd love to take you to dinner. I probably wouldn't have gone unless he paid me to take me to dinner. But it would have been a little better. Or if he would have said, I really like your book. I'd love to help make your book into a screenplay. Or I have some ideas for your channel and let me send you that. Like, you got to offer value. I even know that from working in sales. When you contact a prospect, you offer something of value. And that's how you get them to decide if they want to work with you. It's a relationship building thing. He also talks about making purposeful, fulfilling dates. Not like just having fun, but sharing your goals with the woman, sharing your values with the woman. And I agree with all of that. I just ordered his book. He does talk about why 70% of divorces are filed by women. It's because men are not listening when women are saying, kind of complaining. They shouldn't be complaining, but when they're sharing their dissatisfaction and the men don't listen, eventually the women are like, okay, after 20 years, I want a divorce. And then the guy's like, what the fuck? I thought everything was good. And so he works with a lot of couples, and he has like really good advice for men and for women. I just thought that his stuff was really good. Let's see. Also, when you meet women, you want to share your goals and your values, and you want to be interested in the woman. Ask her questions, be interested in her, try to get to know her. If you're just looking for a booty call, go where the women are that just want a booty call, like on a dating app. The wounded women. But you got to be honest there too, and be like, hey, I'm just looking for something casual, and then just see who responds. But ladies, I'm also talking to you. It is not in our nature to want casual, unless a woman has mental health issues, or she's going through a temporary phase of a few months or a year or two max in her youth or after divorce. It is not in a woman's nature to be seeking casual sex. Okay, we're not built that way. We're not wired that way. We don't respond sexually that way. So start to tune into what you really want. And it's a shame that the words commitment, relationship, marriage, children, family have gotten such a bad rap. We got to start making these words sexy again. I want a committed relationship with children. I want to make a home for a man. Adam Lane Smith also says that in a poll of career women, 90% of them were angry that their husbands didn't make enough money that they could stay home and take care of the children in the home. That's in our nature. That's in a feminine heart. We want to nurture the home. We want to nurture the family. We want to take care of our children, and we want to have children. If we're really honest with ourselves, the women that don't have children, they regret it. And I think there's been a big social push against all this. It's very unhealthy to be marginalizing or putting a negative spin on family, on attachment, on connection, on relationship. And by the way, for those of you thinking you have more sex when you're single, the data suggests otherwise. The data is clear that single people are having less sex than ever, and married people, on a given night, a married person has a greater chance of having sex than a single person. Also, I'm very inspired. There's a meetup group I'm joining, and this gentleman that started the meetup group, they have 2 meetings a month. You're welcome to find it and join it. It's called Upscale, Coastal, or Carlsbad. The first meeting a month, everyone pays their own share, and the second meeting of the month, the men pay for the women. And he says, if the event is 2 hours of horseback riding plus brunch, and it's $500 for the man to pay, he's also paying for the woman, and he's hoping that this brings back the sense of chivalry, because women want to be provided for, and he wants to provide like a space where this can happen. There are a lot of people in the group, and I'm very excited to go to this group on Saturday, because yes, we do want a man to provide. We do want a man to provide. We do want a man to take care of us. So when you approach a woman, you've got to have something that inspires us to want to be with you. It's not going to be your dick. I'm sorry. I don't care how hard it is, or big or little, or whatever, or your oral skills are insignificant. Are you going to add value to my life? You got to think like a woman if you want to get to know us. And you want a healthy relationship, you got to cater to the emotional needs of the woman. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. You don't have to do any of this stuff. I'm just telling you how I feel. So don't come at me in the LinkedIn's or anything like that. And me myself, I want to meet a man in my community that I can see on a regular basis. I'm not interested in any long distance guys coming at me wanting my attention. It's a turnoff. Okay, I gotta calm down. I have a meeting coming up. I gotta calm down. ah, okay. I hope you enjoyed this video, and check out Adam Lane Smith. When I get his book and read it, I'm going to share more with you, because he talks about healthy attachment, the importance of that, and the oxytocin, how healthy attached women release more oxytocin that makes the milk flow when they breastfeed. You know, I trust my body. I know healthy attachment. I know what I need from a man. So I'm going to just start going out on more social things and seeing if I can meet some men like that. I'm going to give it another shot in real life, though, in real life, because the people on the dating apps are there for a reason. They're not available in real life. They're socially awkward, they're scared, they're avoidant, they're narcissists, or they're married, or they're looking for hookups. They don't have the skill set. So I want to meet real men in real life who actually feel like this guy, like, I want to provide and protect for a woman. I want to add value to a woman's life, and I want her to appreciate me and surrender her feminine energy to me. And that's the kind of guys that I want to meet. So I hope you guys learned something from this. Again, I'm just repeating what a man is teaching men and couples. So don't come after me. And that's all I gotta say.